Welcome back to Leave Me Alone, the antisocial podcast for people who love growth but will also love cancelling plans. If you've ever gone from where's the after party to where's the quiet corner, this one's for you. So let me tell you a story about how I became so antisocial. 10 years in hospitality, late nights, loud rooms, heavy drinking, endless people. I used to chase the after party, now I chase quiet. Somewhere between burnout and boundaries, everything shifted. And what people call antisocial, I call waking up. In my early 20s, I worked in hospitality. At first, it was amazing. Fast, loud, busy, music pumping, glasses clinging, everyone having the time of their lives. And when you work in that world, socialising isn't optional. It becomes a lifestyle. After work drinks, staff parties, just one more turning into watching the sunrise like it's a personality trait. And let me be clear, I had good times. Some of the best memories came from those years. But the problem wasn't the fun. The problem was who I was slowly becoming. Because 10 years went by, and somewhere in that decade, drinking stopped being social and started becoming structural support. It wasn't cheers, it was escape. I was drinking to stay on. Drinking to keep up, drinking to quiet the noise outside and the louder the noise inside. And I got good at it, too good. Bad decisions, absolutely. Questionable texts, without a doubt. Energy levels, non-existent. At one point, I wasn't tired, I was spiritually buffering. And after the long hours and long days, the stress followed me home. I was having night terrors, sleep paralysis, waking up frozen like my body was saying, we would like to unsubscribe from this lifestyle. And that's when it hit me. This wasn't just nightlife, this was my nervous system filing complaints. I looked at myself and thought, I don't actually like this version of me. The one who needed alcohol to relax, who was always drained, always distracted, always chasing the next escape. I could feel myself slipping. And then, plot twist, COVID. The world shut down. No bars, no crowds, no being on, just me, alone, with my thoughts. Which, by the way, is terrifying when you've been avoiding them for 10 years. But that silence, it changed me. I didn't stop completely drinking, but I stopped drinking like it was my emotional support beverage. I became intentional. I started working out, physically and mentally, started prioritising peace, health, actual rest, and then my life shifted again. Around the time I stepped away from hospitality, my wife and I started building our family. And let me tell you something, nothing reorganises your priorities faster than a tiny human entering your life. Overnight, my world flipped upside down, in the best possible way. Suddenly, the late nights didn't feel edgy. They felt inconvenient. Hangovers weren't rock star. They were irresponsible. My tolerance for chaos absolutely gone. My tolerance for people-pleasing expired, and my tolerance for people overstepping boundaries absolutely discontinued. It's amazing how quickly you stop entertaining nonsense when you realise someone small is watching how you move. When you build a family, you realise something. Energy is currency, and I'm not spending it on things that don't align anymore. Before, I'd say yes to everything. Now, if it costs me my peace, my presence, or my priorities, it's a no. Respectfully. Well, mostly respectfully. Becoming a parent didn't make me softer, it made me clearer. Clear about time, clear about boundaries, and clear about who gets access to me. And something else happened too. When I left hospitality, the night terrors stopped. The sleep paralysis stopped. It was like my body finally said, we're safe now. And yeah, I became more antisocial, but not bitter, not angry, just selective. After years of constant noise, my brain craved quiet. And after years of performing, I wanted to feel like me again. After years of being everywhere, I wanted to be present somewhere. And at first, I thought something was wrong with me. I thought maybe I was becoming boring, or distant, or miserable. But the truth was, I was exhausted. Mentally, emotionally, socially. Hospitality had taken so much energy out of me that being alone became the only way I could recharge. And that's when I realised, maybe this quieter version of me wasn't a downgrade. Maybe I wasn't becoming antisocial. Maybe I was becoming self-aware. And I want to pause here for a second, because this isn't just about me. Hospitality is one of the most mentally draining industries you can work in, and people don't talk about it enough. Long hours, late nights, weekends, holidays, while everyone else is relaxing, you're serving. You're expected to be on all the time. Smiling when you're exhausted, friendly when you're stressed, calm when someone's being rude, and that pressure builds. A lot of people turn to alcohol, not even because they want to, but because it's part of the culture. After shift, just one, let's unwind. Before you know it, it stops being social and it does start becoming survival. You're overstimulated every day because of constant noise and constant people and the constant pressures, and your body leaves work. Your nervous system doesn't. So if you're in hospitality right now and you feel burnt out or numb or like you're drinking more than you should, you're not weak. That environment is heavy, and protecting your mental health in that space takes real awareness. When I look back now, all of it makes sense. The stress, the drinking, the night terrors, the shift in personality. I didn't wake up one day and decide, yeah, I want to be antisocial. It happened slowly, shift after shift, year after year. And now I choose smaller circles, quieter rooms, intentional time. Because when you have a family, your energy isn't just yours anymore. It's shared, it's protected, and it's prioritised. The old me thought being everywhere meant importance. The new me knows that being grounded means strength. And sometimes growth looks like going home early, saying no, muting group chats, and choosing presence over popularity. And if your tolerance for chaos has dropped dramatically, congratulations. That's called standards. So if any part of this resonates with you, the burnout, the overstimulation, the drinking, the feeling of losing yourself in noise, just know you're not alone. Sometimes becoming antisocial is just becoming aligned. And sometimes leaving the noise is how you finally hear yourself. So yeah, that's how I became so antisocial. I know how easy it is to think you're the problem, to think you've changed in a bad way, to wonder when you became so antisocial. But sometimes it's not that you became distant, it's that you became honest. And yeah, this is my origin story of how I became antisocial. Not because I hate people, not because I'm cold, but because I finally learned what peace feels like, and I didn't want to lose it. If you relate to this, follow the podcast, like it, subscribe, share it with someone who keeps saying they love the chaos, but look exhausted. And if you're in a season right now where you're protecting your peace harder than ever, please hear this. You're not shrinking, you're not becoming boring, you're not losing your spark, you're growing, you're choosing yourself, you're choosing your family, and you're choosing a life that's safe in your own body. Thank you for listening. It really means more than you know.